On Sunday, February 2nd, 2025, friends Katherine McKee and Beata LeLacheur were hiking New Hampshire's Mount Washington Trail, a challenging trail in the presidential range of the White Mountains. Despite being veteran hikers, the women found themselves an hour behind schedule on their descent. As daylight faded, they were equipped with warm clothing, headlamps, and essential gear. But then the weather took a sudden turn, harsh winds kicked in, temperatures plummeted, and soon they were engulfed in waist-deep snow and whiteout conditions on the tallest mountain in the Northeast, a peak notorious for its extreme, unpredictable weather. The snow whipped into a blinding fury, making every step treacherous. As the descent became increasingly perilous, one of the hikers experienced a setback when her snowshoe became trapped in a spruce trap. This is a hole formed beneath spruce trees that halted her progress for nearly 20 minutes. This obstacle wasn't a one-time event. It happened repeatedly. This forced the pair to crawl on their bellies just to move forward. After an exhausting hour of battling the cold and darkness, they realized they needed help and called 911. New Hampshire Fish and Game officers quickly attempted to guide them back to the trail using GPS coordinates. However, the original trail had been entirely erased by the wind and snow, with temperatures at the summit dipping to 2 degrees and sustained winds of 50 to 60 miles per hour. The two found themselves stranded at an elevation of 5,000 feet. Despite having warm gear, one of the hikers lost the use of her hands, struggling to retrieve emergency supplies, like an emergency blanket and hand warmers. They even fashioned a makeshift wind barrier from bag and deep snow, providing extra insulation. Huddling together for nearly 6 hours while battling frostbite and despair. Late that Sunday, a snowcat from Mount Washington State Park carrying 9 rescuers began its climb up the road. By just before midnight, crews had fought through the deep wind-blown snow using GPS to break a new path. They finally located the hikers about 30 minutes later. After receiving emergency care and setting up shelters, the women were strong enough to move by 3 a.m. and were safely escorted down to the Cog Railway base station by 4:15 a.m. Though well trained and prepared, this ordeal shows the unpredictable nature of the mountain. Even so, the hikers remained determined to return, vowing to include an emergency pop-up tent on their future trips. Their experience is a stark reminder of nature's power and the importance of caution, even for veteran hikers.